Welcome back to another great day in the outdoors of sports and tradition. Today's going to be a little bit of a tutorial video. In this video, we will be teaching you how to flip, pitch, and cast.
We believe all three of those techniques are going to help you become more successful on the water. A lot of times fish are associating with some kind of structure, and you might only have one chance to present that bait in a way that you'll get them to bite. So if you're close, we're going to pitch. If you're 20 feet or so out, you can flip, and then of course there's casting. So let's get out in the backyard and kind of get things rolling. All right, so I'm going to start off flipping with a bait caster rod. It's my favorite rod to use. So basically you're going to do this at say 10 feet or so out, where it's just an easy toss to your target. You gauge the distance. I've got the bait in the target right now. So when I got my distance set, I don't have the button pushed. I'm not even touching the button. I'm going to lift my pole and pull the string. And as it swings, I'm going to drop my pole and set the bait down. Lift, set it down. As you can hear, it's hitting the target. Simple enough. Now we're going to talk about pitching. I'm going to be about 20 feet out when I pitch. I'm going to bring the bait up. It's about the real distance. I've got the button pushed down. I'm not even on it. I've actually got my thumb on the line at this point. And I load up the tip just a touch, flip it out, use my thumb to stop it on my target and set it down. You always want to feel the bait. If you're swinging this like so, you want to feel the bait at all times when you're flipping or pitching. You don't want to do a jerky moment to where the line, crunches up. You're in control, nice and calm, if you can feel your bait on the end of the line. So again, get it down to about the reel, buttons pushed, thumbs on the line, set it down. Simple. Casting, obviously, people know how to cast, but a lot of people do it wrong. Like whether I'm using a push button Zebco to show my kids how to fish, spinning rod's a little different, or a bait caster. My thumb is on the button, pushed down. My thumb is holding it down until I get to the right spot to let it go. Another technique I like, find me reel it in, and just a little roll cast. Little roll cast action. I'm turning and burning, trying to find something that's working, and just roll cast. A Zebco reel, your traditional Zebco 33 with a push button. Man, I never knew you could do so much with this thing until I was president of the Arizona Bass Federation, and we held events called Casting Kids. And I taught thousands of kids probably in all the years how to do some of these techniques. Two of my boys competed in multiple world championship titles as Arizona State champions. And I know kids with the Zebco reel that can pinpoint where they put a bait better than most people can with a bait caster. No joke. So basically, let's start out with the flip. You set it on your target. Obviously, you get the distance right. You don't even need the button in this one. And you lift and you set it down. But the key is to keep in contact with your line the whole time. Now for the pitch with the Zebco. Here's where you're going to want to hold the thumb down on the button. You're going to keep the bait about where the reel is. You're going to kind of load the tip a little bit. You don't throw it. You just kind of let the rod tip do the work, and you let it glide out there, and then you push the button down to stop the bait. That's the part that I've never seen people do unless they're taught. And so this bait can fly to the target and then touch the button. Piece of cake. What I've seen that the upper echelon kids do, the top kids in this casting, is when the bait's traveling in the pitch or the cast, they also get up on the line and feather the line and use the line to help stop it too, to slow the speed down. Because if you just push the button, it's going to stop. So they'll feather it with their finger, they get close, then they'll stop it and drop the tip down and put it right on the target. Kids can take this rod at 20 feet in those competitions and put 9 out of 10 right in the middle of that target. Real simple. A little harder to get engaged with the line, but you can do it. You just kind of control speed right here. Cool. Casting, again, it's not a rear back, hit the button in mid-flight. It's hold the button down from the get-go. When you get over, you get to above you, you let the button go. And if you're casting too far and there's a tree or something you want to stop, hit that button again to stop it, or feather it with your finger. Good stuff. Now for the spinning rod, you're mainly going to cast with a spinning rod. You're typically throwing lighter stuff, though you can easily flip with it. Pitching with it is a lot tougher, but it can be done. But just like with any other flip, you get the distance to your target, you lift up, set it down, but you're not engaged with the reel. When you go to a pitch, however, it's a lot tougher because you got to open the reel and have it on your finger. And this part's easy, stopping it's tough. You have to reach down there and grab it. You can do it, but it takes some practice. So you hold it like you normally do. You got your finger here, and as you let it go, you got to get the other hand up here, slow it down, and stop it. Unless you can do it with your right hand, which is pretty tough. Casting, obviously easy. Open the bail, put the line on your index finger, and as you come over the top, let go of your finger. Close the reel. Piece of cake. Well, it's a known fact that 90% of the fish reside in about 10% of the lake. And it's usually around grass, rock piles, points, stick-ups, underground brush of some kind. And so the better you are at putting your offering in the right places, the more fish you're gonna catch.
Well, I sure hope you learned a little bit today. All this casting and everything's got me wanting to go out and go fishing again. So tonight we're gonna be out catfishing and hopefully have a catch and cook up for you guys. You ready? And that was another great day in the outdoors, sports and tradition. Peace out.